a hug from a mom or dad who's standing there watching their kid play on a playset who haven't been able to for a year.
Yeah.
The kid's 4, hasn't been able to go outside, hasn't been able to slide or swing. It just feels different, and it's incredible. And I'm so grateful and honored to be in that position to make that happen.
This is The People Who Make Virginia. Real stories from the people making a difference in our communities. Brought to you by Broughton Injury Law, a veteran-led, trial-ready law firm.
Thank you so much for tuning in if you are. This is The People Who Make Virginia. And today we have the honor to have Trey Barham with us with the Rock Solid Foundation. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And honorable mention, I don't have Gray or Sharif with me today, but today we have John Rasak. He is our COO at the firm. John has a pretty interesting background himself, so he can do a whole episode by himself, but he'll be joining me today along with Trey and learn more about what Trey is about and what his foundation is about. So athlete,
Yep. Baseball
sales guy.
I don't know if you call me an athlete. I was a pitcher. I was a baseball player.
Dude, you're an athlete. You're an athlete.
I feel like a pitcher is like the quarterback on the football team, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So you're the center. You're the center of the defense.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
So athlete, sales guy, and now running a
Director of partnerships for a nonprofit.
hell yeah. So yeah, man, take us through that. Who is Trey?
Wow, yeah. Can start all the way back in 1985. Born in Norfolk, kind of lived in Hampton Roads my whole life. Been there for 40 years now. Just turned 40 this past November. Grew up there. Family's mom, dad worked for the Department of Defense as a naval inspector. Mom would stay at home for most of the part. Sister ended up teaching for a while, and now her and her husband have a pet crematory, so that's kind of fun. But from there, yeah, I went to VMI, so raw VMI. Spent 4 years at VMI as a baseball player and studying biology. And then after there, I got a chance to play professional baseball. Found my way played there for 8 years, traveled all over the country, never got to the big league, got to AAA. So if you're familiar with minor league baseball, the team here in Richmond used to be the AA for the Giants now, right? But it used to be the AAA team for the Braves.
What's the difference?
It's just a level up. So you go from the big leagues to AAA, AA, then you get to A ball, and there's high A, low A, then there's short season A, then there's levels below that.
Does a company own
so each major league franchise owns
farm team.
Their farm system.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I know I'm wearing a baseball shirt, but I should know all these things. But backstory, I found this at a thrift store, and I really liked it.
Oh, nice.
So, hey.
That's a great shirt.
Hold on. What is that? Do you know what logo that is?
This is the Tri-City.
Tri-City Chili Peppers.
I know that.
Double A or Triple A?
I'm not sure. They might be a collegiate summer league team. I'm not 100% positive.
What's the 3 cities for the Tri-City?
I know they're out of Petersburg, I believe, or Dinwiddie.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think when they say Tri-Cities, I really don't know. I guess Richmond, Chesterfield.
Well, you got it because you like the chili.
That's right. I like the color. It's a good golf shirt, and it's a chili pepper swinging a bat. Why not, dude?
It's fun.
But no, that's interesting. That's something I did not know. So Major League owns.
Yeah. So kind of like if you look at basketball has the G League, which is minor league there. The SEC is minor league football, I guess you would say.
For sure.
So Major League Baseball has a lot of levels. So when you get drafted, it's not straight to the big leagues. I mean, even the guys that go in the first round end up going to either high A or double A to start their career. And they're there for 3 or 4 years before they get to the big leagues.
Wow.
So I was drafted and sent to Vancouver, British Columbia for my first assignment. So my first assignment was literally the furthest away from home I could possibly have been sent.
Yeah, not exactly ugly either, though.
No, it wasn't terrible.
West Coast a little different than the East Coast.
Pacific Northwest is gorgeous, especially that time of year. I mean, we were drafted in end of June, early July. So I was there, July, August, September, which up there is, that's perfect weather.
Yeah.
And Canada's big baseball people. Like, you wouldn't really note it, but
really,
they love baseball up there. And we got great crowds. They loved the team. We were well appreciated and taken care of in town. So an awesome first assignment. But from there, that was in 2008 and 9. I was in Kane County, Illinois. 10, I was in Stockton, California. 11, Midland, Texas.
So you're getting traded.
No, these were all
Basically,
with these were all with Oakland, moving up their farm system from
Got it.
the lower levels all the way
Yeah,
up.
working up from AA
Yep.
to AAA to,
Yeah, and then AAA was in Sacramento, California. So
Got
back
it.
in California. So again, drafted by the artists formerly known as the Oakland A's
yeah.
to become the Vegas A's or whatever the franchise decides to stay with. But yeah, that's kind of how it all worked out. So the movie Moneyball,
Yeah.
that was everything about that is kind of exactly how 2008 went.
Billy, what's the
Billy Bean.
Billy Bean? That was early 2000s, wasn't it? Moneyball?
Yeah,
That early 2000s. So
really around that time of year,
because you were
4 to 8 range.
08 at VMI, was he still kind of like filtering through the system at that point?
Very much so.
For Oakland, like was he still their GM?
Yeah, still GM. Yep.
That's
he was around for a
cool.
while I was still there.
So have you ever like talked to him? Or
Yeah, we had a couple times in spring training. He was always around and always in the clubhouse trying to make sure everybody not necessarily knew who he was. It was obvious we knew who he was, but just I thought he was a pretty good GM. And again, I was never in the big leagues, but from my level of just having big man on campus walking around, I thought he was personable. Yeah, he loves soccer, by the way. Big soccer guy. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite team at the time?
I grew up a Mets fan. The Norfolk Tides, or the Tidewater Tides back then, were a farm club for the Mets. So got a chance to follow a few players through there. Benny Agbayani is one of my favorite players growing up. You probably have no clue who that is, which is fine. But big Hawaiian Samoan guy, just crushed the baseball and came through AAA about the time I really got my interest peaked in baseball and was going to baseball games and stuff like that. So grew up a Mets fan. I am just a baseball fan now. Like, it's fun to root for the Mets just because my boss is a Yankees fan. So I'm not going to be a Red Sox fan just to be that guy. But Mets are fun to kind of poke out a little bit. And David Wright, big Hall of Famer for the Mets.
Yeah.
He was from our area. He's only a few years older than me. So watching him kind of become Mr. Met and, Captain America for that team was really cool too. So kind of kept following a little bit through there. But now if I get a chance to go to a game or watch on TV, I want a good game. I want a pitcher's duel. Let's get out of there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
1-0, no hitters, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Why, and this seems like a simple question, but why baseball?
I was blessed to be left-handed and I threw it hard. So
how did you find that out?
Mom, actually. My mom just played catch all the time. My dad was a tennis player. So the arm motion was always kind of seen, like I always recognized arm up over top and that kind of stuff. But just playing catch and throwing, very young, I learned I threw harder than everybody else. And as we continued to get older, I never, like a lot of kids that when they're young and you're like, wow, that kid's really good, they usually peak when they're like 12 or 13. And then everybody else catches up to them. I always was like just kind of a step behind the best player on each team. And then I just kept progressing.
The learning curve kept going.
Yeah. And I never got held back. I was always pushed to play up a level. If I had a chance when I was 9 to play with the 11 and 12-year-olds, I was allowed to and pushed to. So just, I got blessed with a lot of really good coaches when I was young, from that 9 to 13, 14 year range. A lot of people who knew what they were doing, which is a blessing. Some guys that played some, high level college ball and, again, had a feel for pitching, how to hold a baseball, how to do different finger pressures and stuff like that, which when you're 11 and 12 years old, learning those kind of things is a little higher
like
level.
That 9, 10, 11, that's also like where, I don't know how it is in baseball, like in hockey, that's like where you start to get to like the high level, like, all right, you're going to join this travel program, which is the travel program, which will feed you into, the programs, the next level, right? Is that baseball kind of that same age?
So AAU was really big back then. There used to be some videos online, the AAU national champion back-to-backs. But travel ball really started to pick up about the time I was 12, 13. Our team was the Blasters. And, man, if you want to put an all-star roster together from the MLB, just from guys that played for the Blasters, I can name 6 or 7 right now. Kadire, Uptons, like a lot of really, really good baseball players from Virginia played for that organization. But, yeah, it's about that time when you're 12, 13, you kind of know, hey, if you're going to keep playing baseball, it's not going to be at the rec level. It's going to be, on a select team. And back then, like our high school teams were still really competitive too. So high school baseball was really, really big for us.
Was that just a Tidewater thing, or is that
Virginia as a whole had a really big baseball following?
Yeah.
Like a lot of schools were really, really good. And the school I went to, I would have gone to a traditional public school, but there was a private school in the area that was really, really good at baseball. And I wasn't recruited, but I was definitely, hey, if you're interested in coming, we'd love to have you kind of thing.
Right,
So
sure.
we had that conversation with my parents, and it ended up being about a 40-minute drive to school each day, but it was an opportunity to play at a higher level for a school that was being seen. The school I would have gone to was Churchland in the middle of Portsmouth, Virginia, which I love my home city, but
Yeah.
it's not a baseball school. No, there weren't scouts at our games and stuff like that. So
So mom and dad drove 80 minutes every day to
no,
take you to and from school.
by the time I started going there,
Or
I
you
was
were
driving
driving
myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
still, mom made the push. It sounds like.
Yeah, they were for it. They
Yeah.
definitely
I'm saying
financially made it happen.
She was one.
Yeah, she was
the
like,
one that got you into the sport.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Is there a
Yeah,
reason?
Dad was an athlete. Dad was a very, very good tennis player, has big silver plates from tennis
Nice.
championships. He's won from college and like amateur level tournaments and stuff like that. So a couple uncles played some high level football in college and stuff
The
like that.
athleticism runs in the family.
It's there. We're big bodied
But
people.
first
so,
baseball player.
But yeah, first baseball. Well,
Yeah.
one uncle played baseball in college for a little bit, but
Not
after
to the-
that,
Yeah, not
but
AAA.
no, not pro,
not
yeah.
yeah, not going pro. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, how do you being 40 now? Me being a younger us, I guess actually being younger parents, looking back at what your mom and your dad did to make sure that you got to that point. How did that make you feel? And being a dad yourself, like,
It's-
what does that mean to you?
it's fun. We've had these conversations with me and my wife of my daughter's 6 now. She's starting to get into some sports and things. She swims, she does gymnastics, soccer. So how do we encourage without pushing to make her find the love and let her find it, not us pushing it? I was never pushed. I never was told, grab your stuff and let's go to practice. You have to go.
Right.
We made a commitment. You're going to go to practice, but it was never forced. It was always on my terms. If I wanted to go hit extra in the backyard, there was opportunities for me to. They had tees and nets and whatever I needed to succeed or even just practice. So no, we'd have that conversation a lot of, where do we fit in with this? How can we encourage, love, and help her find what she wants to do and just give her those opportunities to succeed at whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, I'm not talking from experience. I've seen it where, those parents that go a little too hard.
Push too hard too young. And then they get burnt out.
And then,
one of the reasons I'm not coaching.
Yeah. And then, the kid just, he hates it. I mean, they learn to just
or
hate it.
they plateau in like high school, basically.
Right.
Because it's like-
Burnout is real. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you've been doing it every day for 10 years. Like, as a professional, I did it every day for 8 years. Like, it grinds on you as a 14-year-old, and you got your buddies off running off doing all the fun stuff too.
Especially baseball because
Yeah.
the season's so long.
It is
Yeah.
very
Like,
long.
I mean, that is a
162
grind.
games.
That is a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the minor league schedule was 140 games in 152 days. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't stop. And spring training before, postseason afterwards, fall ball. Yeah, never stopped.
No, but that's also my, I'm trying to I have a 2-year-old, but he's running around and he understands the concept of kicking. So it's like,
I have a
Trying to-
2-year-old, so the parent you talked about that's starting them too young and pushing too
You got
hard, that's
custom
probably
cleats
me.
and-
no, I basically give him a ball and I'm just like, kick it. And then he picks it up. And I'm just like, kick it.
Yeah.
But no, it's, I agree with you. And my wife and I have also had that conversation. It's like, it's whatever really he wants to do. I don't care if it's soccer, baseball, basketball. If
I just
it's
want it to be
something I
want it to
don't
be
know,
something I can participate in.
yeah, exactly. Like my only thing is like, for example, baseball or basketball, like I've never really followed those sports. So it's going to be just like, hey man, it's between you and your coach at this point. I'm sorry, but no, that's great. So baseball.
Yeah, so after baseball, my last year playing was in 2015. Finally got a chance to play closer to home. I played in Maryland my last year. So all the other time I was on the West Coast, or the closest to home I ever got was like Chicago, or I can't look it up on a map, but wherever Nebraska is that south of Chicago or west of Chicago? But I played there for a year or two. So that's the closest I ever got to home. I never really played close by this way.
And you picked VMI because baseball, they offered you a spot to play baseball, or what? Because VMI is a very unique. It's not like,
Very
I went to
so.
this college and I played baseball. It's like, no. I
Yeah.
made a decision to go to the, like Sharif and I call it the Virginia Mental Institute, right?
Right.
And for those who don't know, like I went as well, right? And you were a senior when I was a freshman, actually. And
Dykes and rats for those
Yeah.
unfamiliar with.
that's right.
with the
That's right.
terms.
But how did you pick VMI?
So about the time I made the same decision to go from public school to private school for baseball,
Yeah.
I went to a summer showcase and played really well, pitched well, and got a letter in the mail. Hey, we saw you there. We'd love to follow you and kind of go from there. And my mom threw it away. I never saw it.
Damn it.
That was from
It was
the
from
institute.
VMI. Yeah,
to-
it was from the assistant coach at that time, Andrew Slater. And a couple weeks later, months later, I went to another showcase and pitched well again and got a chance to meet face to face. And he said, "Hey, we've been following you, excited to, potentially offer you." And that conversation happened. He was like, "Yeah, we've sent you a couple letters." And I was like, "I've never got
I've
them.
never seen him. I
I
don't know
haven't
who
seen
you
him
are,
at
man.
all." And I could see my mom was like, "Yeah, she admitted straight
What
to
is she?
it."
What is she? I
She
guess you
just-
don't want to hear that.
We had a couple friends that
Yeah.
had gone, and she
Yeah.
knew about it, and she was like, that's not a fit for you."
That's exactly what my mom
And
told
I
me.
agreed, but did it anyway. But when I started kind of following and I kind of got the offer to, "Hey, we'd love to have you," I started looking at the roster, how the team had been performing, all of those kind of things. And at that time, going in as a freshman, there were 6 seniors that were all pitchers that were going to be graduating. So the opportunity to play quickly
Right.
was presenting itself.
They were rebuilding basically for the
Division
pitching-
One
for the
NCAA
bullpen.
program.
Yeah.
So chance to step in again from what they said.
Yeah.
I was going to be a guy for them. Please come. Here's some money. So it was a great fit from that perspective for baseball. And then again, I was short, out of shape, kind of trying to figure life out. It gave me an opportunity to really do that, to
Yeah.
get my body in shape, which helped me propel further into baseball. It gave me a chance to figure out what I would want to do outside of baseball, which at that time was my degrees in biology. I was going to go pre-med and join the Air Force and kind of go through med school with them. And then after my sophomore year or third class year, going into second class year, another really good summer, I played in the Cape Cod Baseball League, got seen by plenty of scouts and knew that at that point the opportunity was
Baseball
going to
is
present
going to be a
itself
career.
as
Yeah.
long as nothing crazy happened.
Yeah, injuries, whatnot.
So again, at that point, you have to switch with ROTC to either commission
Yeah.
or to go through leadership training. So I went through the leadership training side, knowing and hoping baseball would continue to work out.
Yeah.
So no, that's why it wasn't my first choice. I had actually thought I was going to go to ODU. Most of my family was ODU. My sister, dad, wife's got her master's degree from ODU. So a lot of family was Old Dominion graduates, and I loved the baseball program there. I could have lived at home and commuted back and forth. And about the time all these decisions were being made, the head coach there was being relieved of his position. He was outright about it and told me, "Hey, I don't think I'm going to be there anymore. Keep your options open." So I did. VMI was the next one on deck, and hindsight's is what it is. I'm happy I made that decision. Great place to be from, not at.
That's right. That's a good way to describe it.
Can y'all explain the two paths that you just said, like either commission or you said leadership?
Yeah. So
I'm surrounded by VMI guys. And it's just
Yeah.
like every time the VMI comes, I'm like, let me sit
So-
here for 30 minutes. So yeah, what's the
VMI's, so like you got Federal Service Academies, right? It's like West Point, Annapolis, Air Force Academy. You go there, they pay for your tuition all 4 years, and then you commit to serving. I think it's like 5 years at the end of those, right? VMI, Citadel, a couple other schools, Norwich, they're senior military colleges, right? So they're all military schools. But the difference is at VMI, you do ROTC, just like you would at a regular college. You're just doing it in a military environment. And so like VMI's got like a 50% commissioning rate, which means 50% of the kids there do ROTC all 4 years. The military, whatever branch, all 4 branches, I guess like 6 branches now with the Space Force or whatever. But
Space
like all the branches, respective branches pay for your college tuition, and then you owe them 4 years active duty and 4 years reserve when you get done, right? And you go serve as an officer, a commissioned officer. That's what the commissioning track is. And then the other track, which, that's the other half of VMI, is, kids go there, they do ROTC the first 2 years, and then they decide, well, hey, look, I'm not sure commissioning is, they saw the option to continue on that track, which is what Trey was talking about, but it's like, obviously his options had opened up at that point and pro ball's on the table. And it's like, okay, do I want to go to the Air Force or do I want to go,
Yeah.
pursue a career in pro ball? And I mean, I think, any like 20-year-old kid looking at that,
yeah.
You're
it's
gonna leave
not
that option
not
open.
that hard. Yeah. And so they go and they still do like ROTC. It's just a different track of ROTC that's not focused on becoming an officer. So you're still getting all the leadership training. You're getting the leadership training VMI offers. You're getting a lot of those same core things It's just at the end of it, one, you're paying for you or your academic scholarship or athletic scholarship, but like you're footing your own bill for those last 2 years. And then when you get out, you're not having to,
and that's one of the biggest differences is like West Point, Navy, like you have to commission. Like you are going there to become an officer. So when you leave, everybody else salutes you when you leave there.
Right.
Yeah. With this, VMI doesn't force you to do the military route.
Got it. Awesome. Now I'm learning when the conversation comes up. So obviously after that, you pursued baseball. Is there any memorable in the 8 years?
Oh,
anything
stories all over the place. I've got some incredible teammates. I've faced some of the world's best baseball players of all time. Was a hell of a route. Like, I mean, I started in 2008 and my first year was, again, we were in Vancouver and the hockey team there loved us.
Like the Canucks?
Yeah. Like they'd come to games. They would take us out afterwards. Like we were on lists of anywhere we wanted to go basically in Vancouver. So your first year in pro ball, you're like, okay, we're living it, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to the stadium and it's a wooden locker room with dirty floors and it's minor league baseball.
Yeah.
But it was a blast. I mean, stadiums and people screaming at you,
I was gonna say,
booing at you. It was all
I was
fun.
that guy. I can't remember Tacoma. I can't remember what was the name of the team.
The Rainiers.
Yes.
I've been there. Yep.
Rainiers games, military appreciation night, like $3 beer, and you could just go there. Tickets were cheap, and I'd go with a bunch of other officers. When I was stationed out at Tacoma, and like it'd be to the point like we'd heckle so bad that like it'd be to the point like we're walking in and like the cops are standing at the gate or like you guys again. And we're like, oh yeah, hey, it's like you guys gonna behave? We're like totally, and like by the fourth inning you're just like.
It's all fun though. Like I only had like 2 or 3 instances where like it kind of crossed lines. There was one, you can find the video online. A guy jumped out of the crowd and like stormed the field. Like, like so.
While you were on the mound?
No, I wasn't playing in that one. I was hiding in the bullpen where I usually was. But no, I mean, I played with some incredible athletes. I've had a chance to be teammates with Coco Crisp, Manny Ramirez.
Oh wow.
I've faced Josh Hamilton, Mike Trout. Like I've been a chance to face some of the world's best baseball players and was on the same field with them. So a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
Switching gears a little bit, now that I think about this, we were talking a little bit about it before we started recording. You mentioned you and your company, and we'll actually, do we talk about his company first, or do we talk about the video he made with Barstool Sports?
I was going to Barstool, but question for you. When you're playing against those guys, right? Like I was looking, and highest level of sports I ever played was high school sports, right? But like we had a kid on my high school team that did get drafted in the NHL, and he was a Hobie Baker finalist, which is like the college hockey Heisman, right? Like he was like on the finalists, like he went to the dinner. Like he's one of the last 3 standing. And he got drafted in the NHL. I don't think he ever played a pro game, but he made it to the AHL, which is the second highest league in the U.S., right? It's like AAA, right?
Yeah, the Norfolk Admirals were ECHL and AHL for a while.
Yeah, that's right. So, and when he was playing against normal high school kids on my team in like North Texas, it was such a night and day difference.
1,000%.
In like, I mean, he would literally come
obvious.
in. So the guy's name's Austin Smith, and he would come in. And he would come from a travel tournament and show up in the 3rd period of our game, like literally like between periods. And he's like, we see him walking in at the end of the 2nd period, throw on his pads, go out there and like, we're down by 3. And he's like, yeah, hold my beer, got this, go out there, score 3 goals. It's like, all right, cool. Oh, we need a 4th. Okay, yeah, it's all right. One more. Yeah, cool.
It sounds different with these guys.
Is it?
Like when they take batting practice and stuff, you hear it. It just sounds different.
That crack is different, right?
Yeah. When I was coming out of the tunnel when Josh Hamilton was taking BP in Frisco, Texas. He was down on rehab assignment. He had been hurt and was coming back. And, there's a break between the sounds because they were changing hitters. And all of a sudden the first one was, and you're like,
everyone kind of stops.
Whoa.
Like the DJ stopped.
Next one. And about that time, I crest the tunnel and you can see the outfielders like running into the wall and watching this thing go up and over. Like, man, that ball crushed. And you look back and it's Hamilton. Next one hits midway up the middle of the eye, of the batter's eye. And
it's noticeable.
Yeah, 1,000%. Trout, the moment he stepped on the field, you knew he was better than everybody else. The first step he took running, you knew he was going to be faster than everybody else. Guy could steal 3rd base before you lifted your leg. Like, he was lightning fast. So, no, those guys absolutely stood out when you were on the field. Brandon Crawford, World Series champion with the Giants. When we were in A ball together, you could just tell by the way he floated and fielded ground balls and threw, like, this guy's gonna be a stud. Like,
Yeah.
he's better than everybody else. And
Right.
we were amongst the best of the best at that point, and he's still better than everybody around him.
Yeah.
Do you kind of see you and yourself, or sorry, you and your teammates kind of go like every time they would just step in?
You get frustrated some guys are just really, really tough outs, or just you hit a ball on the nuts and you think it's going to get up the middle, and all of a sudden the guy's just making a play on you.
Yeah.
It does.
No one's going to catch that. Oh, no.
And he's just floating underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good Barstool.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. What was the trend?
No.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. I was
It's just cool seeing.
Sports has definitely been a big tie-in for what I get to do now. So after baseball, I found my way into sales. I helped open the Topgolf in Virginia Beach as one of the membership salespersons, and loved it. Loved the hospitality side. Loved getting to, bring people good times.
That Topgolf's so much fun.
That's right. They're showing up ready to have a good time, and
Yeah.
I'm working with the VIPs at that point, all the platinum members and corporate partners and all of those things that show up. So I get to help them experience that. They're bringing their friends, they're bringing their clients. How can I help elevate their experience? So that was a lot of fun. After that, I found my way into medical sales. I'd like the sales side of it. As a former athlete, finding something to kind of compete against. Sales was right up that alley. Wanted to use my biology degree.
Yeah.
Hey, this beautiful piece of paper on the wall, let's go sell some medical devices. That's a great business. There's plenty of money to be made. Again, kind of already part of my background.
What were you selling like hardware for I
ended up with
ortho?
So a company I worked for has now since been absorbed by Stryker, which is one of the most common ones.
Stryker's massive.
Yeah, so I did ortho. I did upper extremity orthopedics. So
you probably know a couple
hand,
things
wrist,
about
shoulder,
that.
elbow, which was a perfect fit. Which was a perfect fit. I'd already been cut open. Like, talking to doctors and surgeons was really easy.
Yeah.
Hey, here's what I'm selling. What are you cutting? Like, are you even doing shoulder orthoplasty, or
Do you ever get to go in the OR?
Yeah. So every case. Was what they would call UD, and sat in for cases.
You get to hand the assistant the part.
I wasn't allowed to touch anything. Okay. I had a laser pointer. But all of our trays had to be sterilized and stuff like that beforehand. They'd open them all up, and
it's a cool job.
It was. Some people couldn't handle it because you were from me to you. The person's on the table and their shoulders wide open.
I'm a sales guy.
The smell of human flesh burning is one you'll never get out of your nose.
Yeah.
So being in there was for me a blast. Even when my wife had her C-section, I'm sitting here leaning around the thing, and the doctor's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is so cool." I was all into it, so I loved it, and it was super grindy. It was long hours.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other things that had to happen. Our hub wasn't in Hampton Roads, but every hospital I served was in Hampton Roads. A lot of our stuff was literally up here in Richmond at a storage unit that I had to come back and forth for. So it got to be a little bit grindy. The money was great. I do miss it. That was really, really fun. But it allowed me to kind of transition into what I'm doing now, which is director of partnerships for a really fun nonprofit. So I work for Rock Solid Foundation, and we really are here to love and serve kids fighting pediatric cancer. That's what the mission is. That's our founder is a pediatric cancer survivor, and he had a construction business when he was a little bit older. And in 2008, when the housing market crashed, his construction business went with it. I mean, they were doing framing and stuff like that. So he married the two worlds together. So Eric's our founder. He had liver cancer, hepatosomething blastomas. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the whole thing. But he also had two cousins that had cancer. So they both had pediatric cancer. Nicole had a brain tumor and passed away when she was 5. Shannon had leukemia, and unfortunately, she beat it when she was little, but it came back when she was in high school and took her life right before her 17th birthday. So the family went through some incredible pain with pediatric cancer. Now the purpose behind it has grown from building one play set in 2009 to now we build over 700 play structures a year. So the program that I'm talking about is called Play It Forward. And when kids are first diagnosed, they're not allowed to go to playgrounds. They can't go to daycares, and
immunocompromised.
Incredibly immunocompromised. Yeah. Chemotherapy is terrible on their bodies. So being around other kids that are gross in Germany, you've got kids, you know how gross they can be.
Yeah.
It's just not safe. So how can we allow families to still have fun and be any sense of normalcy while going through what they're going through? And we started hearing horror stories from moms and grandmothers of wiping down play sets in the neighborhood so that the kids could play before the other neighborhood kids woke up. And Eric's like, that's just not right. There's something that needs to change there. And that's kind of where the program started. And so in 2009, Eric decided, let's build some play sets for some kids fighting cancer. We partnered with the local children's hospital in Norfolk, Children's Hospital of the King's Daughter. We call it a CHKD. And they introduced us to a little girl, and we sold a bunch of Krispy Kreme donuts, the $5 fundraisers. They sold a bunch of them to raise the money to pay for the play set, and it took them about 3 days to build it. But the Play It Forward program jumped off in 2009 with Krispy Kreme donuts and a play set in a kid's backyard.
And so you've done over 700 now, all in Virginia?
700 a year.
This year.
Oh, this year.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so we built one in 2009, 2 or 3 in 2010. We didn't reach double digits until like 11 or 12. But now the program has grown to it's kind of shifted. So one of our values is marry the mission, not the model. And the model before had always been we were on site. We led the program. We were kind of the coordinator of everything. We ordered the play set. We got everybody there. We ordered the pizza. We got bubbles and confetti and all that good stuff. Some of our partners started saying, look, we love this. We've done it 6, 7, a dozen times now with you guys. We don't need you to travel to Texas. We don't need you to travel to Illinois. Like, we can handle this. So we started to trust our partners. We ended up partnering with the Associated Builders and Contractors, so ABC, and a lot of blue collar guys that really love their communities wanted to be involved and build play sets for kids at their local children's hospital. So the program kind of shifted to where we still do the original Play It Forward style, and we still do it over 150 times a year. But the other 600 times now, it's other groups that are able to, we connect them to a family in their community that's going through some form of pediatric cancer treatment. And they're the ones that go to the family's home. They build the play set there. They get to reveal it to the family. It's such a fun moment when you have this little kid that's gone through so much, and then all of a sudden just bright smiles and just happy.
Yeah, right. There's a play set in his backyard
it's
now.
so much fun.
Yeah.
And again, to be the connector of all of this, again, I'm not on site building play sets very often. I'll build a couple a year just because it's a partner I need to go see, or they just need help building it. But to be the connector, to hear the email back or the phone call back or the text back from, the partner said, oh my gosh, this was the most fun team building experience we've ever had. This was the most impactful moment we've ever had as a team together. It's honestly the most cup filling part of it.
That's awesome.
We were transitioning into the sports side of it because you wanted to ask me about Barstool.
Yeah.
So the sports side has definitely allowed me to have these conversations. We've been able to work with some incredible sports organizations. Most recently, as of just a couple of days ago, the Savannah Bananas and their new team, the Coconuts. So they helped us build for a kid in Savannah. They've helped us now.
They took the club out there and
the whole team went out there. So it's all over. Yeah, they took pictures. The team built the play set.
How many people are showing up to build a play set?
Usually it's anywhere between 10 to 20. Most teams are, about that size when they're doing team building events. If you're going bowling or out to dinner, that's about the size of group. So that's about how many it takes to build it. But sometimes there's 30, 40 people on some of the bigger projects like that one.
Yeah.
But we've done projects with Veterans United, and they did 6 play sets all at once. They had 150 people all out there together building 6 play sets at one time. But when it comes to the sports side of it, it's teams like the Savannah Bananas that have huge social media followings. So when they get to be involved, it's just more eyes that get to see what we're doing, which allows us to reach more kids, to bring play to more kids that are going through this. There's 16,000 kids diagnosed each year, and we're building play sets for about 600 or 700 of them each year. Now, granted, some of that has to do with how old they are. If they're 14 years old, they don't need a play set. So we build play sets for any kids under 10. And then if they have the right size backyard to be able to fit it, we'll be able to do it. But some families live in condos and townhouses and stuff like that. So it's not always a fit. But again, the Savannah Bananas are great partners to build with. They, again, have huge social media followings. World champion LA Dodgers, Chicago White Sox, Cleveland Cavaliers, a bunch of different minor league baseball teams now.
And that's something you mentioned earlier is like, you guys you're not just in Virginia. You guys are.
So the foundation's based in Chesapeake. That's where our national headquarters is, I guess you can say. But with the partnerships we have partnerships with over 220 children's hospitals. And the blue backpack that I brought in with me is called a Ready Bag. And that's our other program. So we do the backyard play sets, but we also provide Ready Bags when families are first diagnosed. So at 220 different children's hospitals all across the country, here in Richmond, VCU Children's Hospital of Richmond, they're partners of ours. So when families first get diagnosed, the child life specialist and the doctors who are going to go diagnose them will bring them one of the Ready Bags and give it to them right there. And inside of it is so many different things, just kind of like a hospital survival kit.
Sure.
So it's a adult toiletry kit for mom and dad with soap, shampoos, conditioners, toothbrushes, those kinds of things. Hair ties. That's one of the most requested things that's in the ready bag. But it's got like phone chargers, surge protectors, blankets, Amazon gift card. Each ready bag has a note that the volunteer that packed it, they handwrite notes to go to each one of the families. So that's how we get connected to the families, is through those ready bags. And then as they get them, they register for play, and that's how they kind of get connected to us. But yeah, the partnerships with the hospitals all across the country allow us to meet kids. And every state, we can send ready bags to all 50 states.
Sure.
We can build play sets in the contiguous 48. We've built play sets in, I believe, every state in the U.S.
Oh,
This
wow.
year, we've built in 36 so far.
Wow.
But Alaska and Hawaii, it's just expensive right now.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understood.
But no, we're national reach, based in Virginia. But with the partnerships we have and the programs that we have, there are teams that can participate literally anywhere in the U.S. There's kids. I have over 520 kids right now on a map that I can see, that have requested play through us. So they've already received ready bags. Again, we give out over 7,000 ready bags a year. So these hospitals have them living at the hospitals to give to them. But with the play side, yeah, they're all over the country. I have 15 kids in San Antonio. I got 20 kids in Dallas. I got Phoenix, Sacramento. So
Wow.
no, if you're listening and you want to be involved, please let us know.
Awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. That's amazing. As a firm, what would be, I mean, how could we get involved?
Yeah,
in
we've
something
got
like
a
that?
little over 20 people.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So no, again, with the relationship we have with VCU and Children's Hospital of Richmond, we get connected to about 25 to 30 kids a year in the greater Richmond area. Of that, we usually build 10 to 15 play sets. So we'd love to have you all on site in the backyard with us, building a play set for a kid that's fighting cancer here in Richmond.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely
That's something that.
we'll talk about
It's a lot
afterwards.
Like I said, it's a lot of fun because it's a team building experience for you all. It's not going bowling or something like that. It's actually literal building. Like you're actually putting a play set together.
Yeah.
But to see the impact right there in front of you is
immediate.
it's
Immediate.
like, don't get me wrong, I love all the other organizations, Chesterfield Food Bank, shout out. But the families are right there in front of you. You get to meet
you can do a backpack drive or a canned food drive, and it goes to a donation center, and you're like, oh, we did a great thing. We Toys for Tots. I used to do organize Toys for Tots.
Yeah, I do. Like, stuff the bus, those kind of things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was great. We had 1,800 toys from our office. That's awesome. And we had to go to U-Haul to go get it. And it's like, all right, I wish I could see the look on that kid's face when that kid unwraps that on Christmas morning.
That is the absolute best. So our biggest key phrase is, we believe play defeats cancer. And it's that moment right there where the family, the mom and dad are together. The kid is just smiling and playing.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about the treatment.
Your Patch
and all
Adams. Yeah. Like,
great reference.
Yeah. But I mean, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that wasn't real. That was a movie. But it was
based on a true character.
Yeah.
But I mean, and especially, for someone, and I'm sure there's probably more than just me in the office alone that have experienced, a loved one going through cancer and all, that can hit home.
Yeah, for sure.
So no, that's awesome. And we'll definitely put something together with you all. We'd love to do that. So overall, what's the best way someone listening can either get in touch with you or your foundation? How can we find you? So we have a fantastic social media team. The girls on that team are wonderful at what they do. Find us on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, all your major social channels. RockSolidFoundation.org is our website. We are Rock, R-O-C. There's no K. So fun story on that. When Eric, our founder, was going through his treatment, he had a little stuffy that said E-Rock, R-O-C-K. And when you're in chemo and in the hospital like that, all of your stuff has to get sterilized every so often so that it stays clean. So every couple of days, it had to be run through Sani. And the K eventually fell off. So when the foundation started to come together and it started to be named, Rock, R-O-C is kind of awesome.
what got stuck. So
that's a good.
But no, to participate and help out, how can you support kids fighting cancer all across the country? If you do team building experiences, if you have a company, a church group, a biker gang, shout out to our biker gangs that build play sets for kids fighting cancer. Let us know. Again, the opportunity is there. There's kids all across the country, and for y'all to do it, it's It's very simple. Again, the program's right-click, copy-paste for us.
You actually have biker gangs that
We do. Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite photo from 2025 is this 6'5", 300-pound guy in leather vest playing with bubbles right in front of a bald-headed kid. Man, it is
1%er.
incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So no,
Some of those guys are like just big, just bears,
teddy bears. Man.
Yeah.
The softest guys in the world. They're the best though. They'll show up 30, 40 of them, their bikes all in a row.
Chihuahuas
You hear
in
them
tow.
3 miles away as they're coming. Like the kids start getting excited because you hear all these bikes coming. And no, we're blessed to have partners that are very committed to loving kids in their community, whether it's biker gangs, baseball teams, sports teams. But a lot of it is just community partners. It's banks, it's mortgage lenders, it's
law firms.
law firms. Yeah. It's, again, we work with anybody that wants to support kids in their community. And the play sets aren't terribly hard to put together. They're already pre-cut, prefabricated. Shout out Backyard Discovery, our play set partner. They're easy to put together. If you can build something from IKEA, you can build a play set with us. So again, you don't have to have a special skill set. You don't have to know the difference between a drill and a hammer. We've got you. We'll walk you through it.
Nice.
And
Do we bring tools or
2 different programs. If we're on site, we'll bring the tools.
Yeah.
The other one, it's all household tools. It's
Yeah, but it's-
regular
yeah.
drills and hammers. It's stuff you would traditionally have.
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, the support is needed. There's 520 kids waiting for play sets right now. Some of them have been waiting since September of last year. So there is some urgency there. But if you're in the Virginia area, again, we're on the People of Virginia. Like, there's a big event coming in September that we'd love people to be a part of. So the ready bags that we've been talking about, the blue backpacks that we give to families, the program has been continually growing since 2012 when we first started it with CHKD in Norfolk. From there, it went to Richmond. From Richmond, it went to DC, and now 220 hospital partners across the country. The significance of that is we've been able to reach more and more and more kids and their families at that time because of these partnerships. So where we had been, giving 1,000 ready bags, 3,000 ready bags, we're at 7,000 ready bags this year. So in September, on September 18th, in celebration of Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, all of our partners are coming together at Norfolk Scope in Norfolk to pack 16,000 ready bags in one day.
Wow.
So that is going to give us a ready bag
where
to
are you guys doing that?
Scope in Norfolk.
What is Scope?
So Scope is a big, it's a hockey arena. So the Norfolk Admirals,
Oh, okay.
the
Okay, got
ECHL
it.
team.
Okay.
Yeah. So big
Okay.
hockey arena.
Yeah.
Clearing the ice out,
Yeah.
opening the floor up, and we're literally going to pack 16,000 bags in one day. So we usually do packing events with partners, and you pack anywhere between 50, 100, 300 is like a lot of ready bags. So packing 16,000 in one day is going to be a huge celebration.
So it's like a giant assembly line with tables.
Oh man,
and like,
it's 37 assembly lines.
yeah. Okay.
We have 40 partners already committed. Tickets are on sale now. There's VIP tickets available to where you can get all you can eat and drink. It's big party, big celebration. We don't do it little. It's going to be a ton of fun. We've got live bands. We've got fancy cupcakes and all kinds of
Hey,
stuff.
and we're
It's
September 18th.
September 18th. And
It's
again,
an all day thing. I'm assuming. I mean, you're doing.
we'll
that
start at
many
5,
bags.
so it's a Friday afternoon. So
Yeah.
we'll start at 5. We'll start packing at 6, have everything finished packing by 9, and then from 9 to 11, do
Yeah.
a bunch of celebrating.
Wow.
So this is our chance to really tell everybody
How many people do you think are coming to this thing?
2,500, 2,500
Okay.
what we're anticipating.
I was like, hold on.
Tickets just went on
I
sale
was like
a couple
3
weeks
hours.
ago.
Like I'm the operations guy, right? I was like,
Yeah.
I was like 3 hours and 17.
This guy thinks
These
in-
groups anticipating
yeah.
packing like 300 ready bags.
he
to
thinks
get it all
in
done
numbers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. We had a meeting today talking numbers, but no, this event is incredible. It is the most impactful event
That's
of our
huge.
history, and
That's
it's
huge.
that's awesome.
and it's the first event in history, not just our history, but all history, to provide direct impact to every single kid in the U.S. fighting cancer.
That's amazing.
So September 18th, tickets are on sale at readybagrally.org. It'll link you to our website too. But no, please
That's
join
kind of
in.
That's
if you
kind of
can.
sobering.
It's
That's like kind of a sobering note. So 17,000, the amount of kids.
16,000 kids are diagnosed each year.
That's
Wow.
That's a sobering number.
It's terrible.
right?
It's
That
absolutely
is-
terrible.
When
But
you think about, you need 2,500 people packing bags for 3 hours to cover all
to
the-
cover it,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a lot of cancer.
Yeah.
So we
It's-
traditionally do, when we do packing parties, we'll usually do 50 or 60 bags at once with a group, 20,
Yeah.
30 people, each packing 2 or 3 each. 43 kids are diagnosed each day. So when we finish that event, the bags right there in front of them just represent today.
wow.
So yeah, 16,000 is a terrible number, but somebody's got to support them.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's
That's what we're here for.
My wife's a family nurse practitioner, and we have we have one kid and we have an infant. And when, our daughter was born, I was like, do you want to like switch over to like pediatrics? That way, you learn more about like, so you can like be like, I'm always like, how can we monetize this or at least save money? Like, you become a kid expert. And she's like, her immediate thing was like, I don't ever want to do pediatrics because then you see sick kids.
You're
and
in
then
it all day.
All day. And I was like, yeah, but it's like sick. It was like, yeah. And then every once in a while it's, hey, you have something very bad. And
Right.
she's like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That's hard.
To go off of that, when I first got asked to come over, well, I asked because he posted the job and I was like, I'm your guy.
Nice.
So, but before that, I had to put myself kind of in that space. Well, can I live in this? Can I be okay literally seeing this all day, every day, knowing I wanted to start a family, knowing,
right. You're a father now, right? Yeah.
you have to be okay with that. And it does hit sometimes during the days. Like you see the wrong photo and it's just a little bald-headed kid and your heart breaks. But then you get to meet that kid and you get to hug mom and dad and you get to see that kid's joy.
Yeah.
And then
face light up.
a year and a half later, you're celebrating with Colby because he rang the bell. And so you get to become part of their journey and then to follow them and celebrate with them. And then
when they beat the...
Yeah, it's so much.
Yeah.
It makes
That's
awesome. So, no, yeah, I can see why your wife was like, I don't want to do it. But at the same time, now living in it for 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
To have the bad days because the good so far outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
That's very true. My wife wanted to be a mortician, and as she's going to school and as she's working at a funeral home, that's when she realized this is not for me. For the same exact reasons, she's like, we just had our baby, and one of her first calls was unfortunately a child, and she's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out. She just could not do that.
I had a buddy did a firefighter, and he said his first call he had to cut a kid out, and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. But no, it's again the other side of it is so
Super
worth
rewarding.
it. A hug from a mom or dad who's standing there watching their kid play on a playset who haven't been able to for a year.
Yeah.
The kid's 4, hasn't been able to go outside, hasn't been able to slide or swing for a year because the neighborhood playset's just too gross. It just feels different and it's incredible. And I'm so grateful and honored to be in that position to make that happen.
Yeah.
Super important work. And we're really looking forward to working with you. And I hope that this message reaches a lot of people and we're able to bring you guys a bunch of other partners.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to have y'all out. And again, very grateful for the platform to be able to share some of this. So yeah.
Of course. Yeah. You were guest number 4, man.
Nice.
Yeah, we're getting there. But hey, Trey, we really appreciate it. What's Rock Solid Foundation?
Yep. ROC Solid Foundation.
And people can reach directly through you all if they want to
jump on the website. It's very user friendly. It'll take you, if you want information on, supporting a kid in your community, there's a map right as soon as you get on the homepage of all the kids that are waiting. So you can see very quickly if there's a kid close by. And if there's not, there's going to be a kid eventually. So reach out to either me or the website and we'll definitely stay in contact to get whoever you are involved.
Perfect. Well, this is the People Who Make Virginia. We're out.
Love it.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The People Who Make Virginia by Broughton Injury Law. If we can ever be of help to you, give us a call at 877-VETS-WIN. That's 877-VETSWIN.